down arrow.
Hello, everyone. My name is Max Taylor. When Kevin emailed me, he said, do your presentation, do a recording, and we'll play it. So I was hoping I'd sit back there and just listen. But then I got an email from Mark. He said, no, you got to do one for backup and set up in the front. So bear with me. Okay, my name is Max Taylor. I'm from the village of Somopavi, Sun Clan. And I live out on a ranch, kind of up out in the boonies, and we have this drainage that is a tributary to the Munkapi Wash, and we have several springs up along the way, and we decided to do this project, and that's what the project presentation is on. Let's see. In 2010, I started work with the Hopi Water Resources Program, and during that time, we started doing a lot of some of the work that we did was spring restoration work and doing some of this Russian olive removals. And these photos shows some of the work that we did. On the right, this is a canyon up by Kings Canyon where the whole canyon was inundated by Russian olive trees. It was pretty much a monoculture, just olive trees. And the spring was a really good producing spring. So one of the photos there, you can see the green. That was just a small channel that was growing with green. Everything else was canopied over, and so nothing else was really growing. So we worked on that project, and we took out this portion of it here. The rest, it was just a lot of work. We just did this small portion, but as soon as it opened up, you can see the response. You had the willows and some of the sedges come in, and so there was a really awesome project to work on and see the results. We try to take care of some of these springs that are out there because, you know, our ancestors relied on these springs before us, and they took care of them. But as you know, as time goes on, we introduce livestock, and we have a different lifestyle from our ancestors, and we tend to not take care of the land as much, so we cause erosion and sedimentations into the spring. But so when I'm out there, I see a lot of these archaeological sites that are associated with some of these springs, and so we try to take care of them. In 2023, at the start of the project, this is what it looked like. This is a small spring. These springs are pretty marginal. They don't produce very much water. And so I don't know what they looked like before, but sometime back in the 30s or 40s, the BIA came in and built some cisterns and put in some of these troughs. And then somewhere along the way, you know, you don't pay attention, you need to be vigilant. Otherwise, that's when these trees come in. I'm sorry. Oh. Yeah, that's a Russian olive. And then you got Tamarisk coming in. So what I noticed, I started a ranch back in 1990, and I don't remember seeing these trees in there. But sometime along the way, I realized these trees, all of a sudden they were there. And the spring wasn't producing very much water anymore. And we were rotating cattle, but we would just completely not put any cattle in here anymore because of the lack of water. So in 2003, I decided I better do something about this. So I started initially to cut some of the Russian olives that were closest to the water, these ones here. And I was hoping I'd treat them with herbicide, and I didn't get around to doing that. And I kind of forgot about it, you know, doing other things. And then the following year, I came back and they had resprouted, and they were about 7 feet tall by then, and very brushy and very thorny, as you know. So I started to work on them, start cutting off, and they were really a lot of work to get rid of. They're a lot easier to work as a single tree, to cut it and apply herbicide to the stump. But if you don't do that, then you're dealing with the reed sprout and all the branches, everything. It's a lot more work. And so that's what's happened here.